If you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me look like a fool.
I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right.
That Bravo is not Love and Hip Hop. Bravo, not Love and Hip Hop. Bravo has been trying to get Hollywood to come on a reality show as a full-time cast member. Hollywood is Shannon's ex-stylist that he took to football games.
If you don't want people to know your business, maybe don't leave a trail of scandals, cryptic posts, and Instagram accidents behind. Because now, Shannon Sharpe isn't just trending for his bold takes or expensive jackets. He's trending because someone close, very close, might be about to expose everything. From secret relationships and courtroom drama to a stylist with receipts and a revenge plan that could wreck his legacy, Shannon's carefully crafted image is cracking fast. And what happens when the person who helped build your brand decides to burn it all down? Let's get into it. Russell Hollywood Simpson wasn't just Shannon Sharpe's stylist, he was his shadow. He showed up beside him at Lakers games, walked him into red carpet events, and even helped shape the fashion-forward image Shannon flaunted on social media. And people noticed, the flashy fits, the coordinated designer looks, that wasn't just Shannon's taste, it was Hollywood's touch. But it wasn't just the clothes, it was how close they were. Fans began to speculate, was this just a stylist-client relationship or something deeper? The internet doesn't miss a thing, especially when someone as bold and outspoken as Shannon suddenly starts avoiding questions and avoiding him. Because at some point the posts stopped, the appearances stopped, and Hollywood, he vanished from Shannon's world just as fast as he entered it, but he didn't go quietly. You'd think a man as confident as Shannon wouldn't care about online gossip. But when the internet started questioning his relationship with Hollywood, Shannon didn't just brush it off. He went off. Instead of ignoring the rumors, he fueled them with overreactions and shade. Comedian Mike Epps even chimed in, joking about Shannon inviting him to sit across the table and just stare. That didn't sit well.
No, my dear, I ain't doing no so you can sit across from me and look at my balls. I'll sit down, nigga. I thought he was going to attack Cat. That nigga there. This shit is called Shay Shay.
Shannon fired back on his podcast Nightcap, threatening to expose DMs and calling Epps a liar. "You mentioned my name again," Shannon warned, "and I'm dropping the receipts." But fans weren't buying the tough guy act. To many, it looked like panic. Because one thing was clear, when it comes to anything that questions his masculinity, Shannon doesn't laugh it off. He lashes out. And when a man works that hard to shut down a rumor, it only makes people dig deeper.
When the streets are talking, where there's smoke, there's fire. Definitely think Shannon Sharpe. And it's just like, I've been around a lot of heterosexual men. And comfortable heterosexual men don't need to always defend their heterosexualness. Shannon Sharpe is always upset when somebody's saying that he's gay.
After months of silence and growing speculation, Shannon made a move. He cut Hollywood off. Just like that, the man who had been everywhere with him was gone. And not only gone, erased. Shannon tried to rewrite history, claiming Hollywood wasn't even responsible for his style. According to him, the real credit belonged to his longtime stylist Shelly Davis, who had styled him for over 2 decades. He even suggested Hollywood hadn't done anything new, just recycled Shelly's old looks.
And I get it. My stylist, Hollywood, he was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelly. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside.
Right.
I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together. And I told him, I said, Hollywood, I said, bro, I think you did an unbelievable job. I said, but I'm gonna go back to Shelly because it's hurting her.
It was a convenient narrative. Too convenient, especially when, just months earlier, Shannon had been singing Hollywood's praises, calling him the best stylist in the world.
I don't know what's in this box. I'm not gonna open it until Hollywood gets here. But whatever it is in this box, I already know he gonna make me look fly in it. I got the best stylists in the world. Not the United States, the entire world. Of 8 billion people, I got number one. And can't nobody stop us. Shay Sharpe and Hollywood, a dynamic duo that can't be stopped. Run tell that.
So why the sudden change? Why the need to discredit someone who had once been part of his inner circle? Because Shannon wasn't just firing his stylist, he was trying to kill the story, and Hollywood knew it. Shannon may have tried to bury the story, but Hollywood wasn't staying silent. Instead of clapping back with angry rants, he let the receipts speak for themselves. Videos, photos, and throwback clips of Shannon hyping him up. In one, Shannon holds a box of designer clothes and says, "Whatever's in here, I already know Hollywood's gonna make me look fly." In another, he calls him the best stylist in the entire world. These weren't casual compliments, these were public declarations, hard to walk back. Hollywood posted clips, dropped subtle captions, and reminded people who really built Shannon's look. And with every post, the tension rose. Because now it wasn't just about fashion, it was about power, about exposure, about who really held the truth and who was desperate to hide it. Then came the night Shannon Sharpe accidentally went live on Instagram, and things got weird. Followers were shocked to hear what sounded like the audio of an intimate encounter, streamed straight from Shannon's own account. Within minutes, the clip went viral. Shannon's first response? Denial. He claimed his account had been hacked, but that didn't last long. He backtracked on Nightcap, saying he didn't know how IG Live worked, that his phone slipped, and get this, he was just being a healthy, active male. But fans weren't buying it. Because going live on Instagram isn't something that just happens. You have to open the app, swipe, tap twice, and confirm. And somehow that whole process was a mistake. Even Hollywood couldn't resist calling it out, posting a meme that read, "Don't push me." And suddenly, what looked like a desperate attempt to prove masculinity was being seen as a cover-up gone wrong. At first, Hollywood played it cool. Just subtle jabs, cryptic messages, and a few old clips resurfacing. But once the IG Live story blew up, he got louder. He started posting directly about Shannon, questioning the whole accident narrative. One post hit hard. Accidentally going live when you have to open the app, swipe right, then swipe left twice, and hit the button is absolutely insanely impossible. And that was just the beginning. In one IG story, he wrote, "So much I want to say, but nah." In another, "I'll wait till the right time." And then came the meme, "Don't push me." These weren't random posts, they were pressure points. Hollywood knew exactly how to keep the public curious and how to keep Shannon sweating. Because while Shannon tried to move on like nothing happened, Hollywood was quietly building a case, and fans could feel something big was coming. While the drama played out online, another battle was happening off camera. Hollywood's team claimed he had been approached by major reality TV producers, including Bravo, for a full-time cast role. It was supposed to be his big moment, a chance to tell his story and move past the shadow of Shannon Sharpe. But the deal mysteriously fell through. According to reports, Shannon stepped in behind the scenes and did everything he could to block Hollywood's appearance. Why? Because a camera in Hollywood's face meant the truth could finally come out, unedited. The narrative that Shannon tried to kill with tweets and public firings, it was threatening to come back to life. And this time, he couldn't control the edit. So instead of letting it play out, he shut it down, hard. But the harder you try to silence someone, the louder people start listening. Just when it seemed like Shannon had dodged one scandal, another one hit, and this one came with legal documents. A woman, listed as Jane Doe, filed a civil lawsuit accusing Shannon of emotional abuse, manipulation, and violent threats. She claimed their once consensual relationship spiraled into something darker: intimidation, control, and even non-consensual recordings. Shannon's camp didn't waste time. They released old messages showing Jane supposedly requesting aggressive behavior, claiming everything was just fantasy roleplay. But there was a catch. Those messages were all before the alleged assault. Jane's attorney, Tony Busby, known for going after high-profile figures, called out the move for what it was: distraction. He said Shannon was trying to cloud the public's view, to paint Jane as complicit instead of a victim. And when more explicit messages leaked, the story exploded across social media. Now, it wasn't just Hollywood dropping hints. There were legal receipts, emotional interviews, and an entire fan base watching everything unravel in real time. Faced with mounting backlash, Shannon did what most public figures try to do when the walls start closing in. He went into full control mode. He released a carefully crafted video statement claiming the accusations were false, the relationship was consensual, and that attorney Tony Busby was targeting black men. He didn't deny the existence of a video clip Jane's team had teased, but instead called for the entire video to be released, claiming the snippet was misleading.
I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right.
Today, the former NFL star turned podcaster posting this video statement in response to a Nevada civil lawsuit filed by a woman who says her consensual relationship with Sharpe eventually led to multiple assaults. The lawsuit also accuses Sharpe of secretly recording their sexual encounters without her consent. The plaintiff, listed as Jane Doe, is represented by attorney Tony Busby, who has represented accusers in several high-profile sexual assault cases, and who Sharpe called out by name.
Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Also new today, Jane Doe's attorney releasing an audio clip alleging it shows Sharpe threatening the plaintiff.
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
The plaintiff says, "Don't manipulate me." Then Sharpe allegedly responds,
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see.
It was a classic pivot. Cast doubt, shift blame, and flood the story with just enough noise to confuse the public. But this time, it didn't quite work. Because while Shannon was trying to steer the narrative, Hollywood was still lurking, watching, waiting, and Jane Doe's team wasn't backing down either. They released an audio clip allegedly featuring Shannon threatening the victim. "I swear, if you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the fuck out of you," the voice said. And that was it. Whatever public sympathy Shannon had left began to erode, fast. It didn't take long for the fallout to hit hard. Shannon announced he was stepping away from his ESPN duties temporarily, claiming he needed time to be with family and deal with the false and disruptive allegations. But no one missed the subtext. This wasn't just about taking a break, it was damage control. ESPN had a $50 million man on its hands, now tangled in rumors, lawsuits, and possible criminal exposure. Sponsors got quiet, collaboration stalled, and the internet, it turned brutal. Clips resurfaced of Shannon mocking others, claiming he lived by discipline and respect. Now fans were holding those same words against him. And while Jane Doe's case made headlines, so did the whisper campaign around Hollywood. Still posting, still hinting. He never dropped the bomb, but he didn't need to. His silence spoke louder than any confession, because by now the public had seen enough to draw their own conclusions. So here we are, 2 scandals, 1 public meltdown, and a reputation that may never recover. Shannon Sharpe built his brand on being bold, unfiltered, and brutally honest. But now, the people closest to him are hinting at secrets he spent years trying to bury. Hollywood, once a trusted part of Shannon's inner circle, still hasn't told everything. But make no mistake, he's holding something. And when someone keeps warning you not to push them, you'd be wise to listen. Then there's Jane Doe. Her case is far from over. And with lawyers like Tony Busby involved, this won't disappear quietly. Whether Shannon's downfall is permanent or just a stumble depends on what comes next. But in the court of public opinion, the damage is done. Because when your past starts talking and your people stop protecting you, it's not about rumors anymore. It's about what's really been going on behind closed doors. Now the question is, how much longer can Shannon keep the truth from coming out? It's not just about one stylist or one lawsuit or one live stream gone wrong. What's unfolding around Shannon Sharpe is a collapse of the brand he carefully built. One based on strength, masculinity, and no-nonsense honesty. But when that image is threatened by the very people who helped shape it, the truth becomes harder to control. Hollywood may have been shut out of reality TV for now, but if the rumors are true, there are still producers knocking, still platforms willing to listen. And the moment he decides to speak without filters, that could be the moment Shannon loses everything. As for Jane Doe's case, it's a legal battle with real stakes. Not just for Shannon's reputation, but possibly his freedom. The public isn't just watching, they're waiting to see who talks first, waiting to hear the tapes, waiting to find out if this is the fall of Shannon Sharpe or just the beginning of an even darker chapter. So, is this the end of the story? Or is the biggest revelation still to come? Revelation.